Okay, so this video will talk about layers once again. Layers in ArchiCAD are ArchiCAD's way of organizing different items. Everything that you do on ArchiCAD belongs to a layer, and the fastest way to know what layer you are working on at any point in time is when you select an item, you just see it written here. For example, it's saying this wall is on a layer named structural bearing. Alright, then if I click on this, it says on a layer named ArchiCAD layer. If I click on let's say the column is also on structural bearing. If I was to go inside, I don't think I've furnished. Okay, if I click on this, is in a layer called interior furniture, and so on and so forth. Now why layers is useful in ArchiCAD is you can hide layers that you don't want to see. There was a video I did earlier where I hid the handrails. I had already done handrail on this part of this project. So to activate the layer tools, what you need to do is to press Ctrl L, okay, and then you can see the list of all existing layers. You can create new ones and move stuff into them as you see fit. Alright, so in this area I'm going to look for the railing, interior stair and railing, this particular one, and say I want it to show, and then you are going to see the rails. You see them, they were not here earlier, now they've appeared. Layers don't just work on 3D, you can utilize them on plan. Take for example this time, or let me scroll down a bit. There's this other structure that I had already done here. So let's say I don't want these grid lines to show. A lot of us, what we typically do is copy everything and then go in the new copy that we've made, we delete the grid lines. While this is good, it's not very good for your system because you are loading and adding so much work to it when it's something that you can do otherwise. If I press Ctrl L here, I can search for grid layer and then switch that off, and then you see the grid lines are no longer showing. If I don't need this right up, the text, they are in a layer called annotation text, I can search for it, and this is it, and I say hide, and it's gone. Now, what then is layer combination? Layer combination, on the other hand, is ArchiCAD helping you to memorize which layer should be on and off at any point in time. It can be quite stressful if you need like 4 different views of this building. Like, okay, say I want a different layer for working drawing where I want dimensions to show, grid lines to show, text to show. So the text show, dimensions to show, grid to show. This looks really busy, and now I don't want the furniture anymore, so I can go and search for furniture and then hide. And so if I want to do something else, would have to be opening the whole layer settings all the time. No, what layer combination does is I can say, okay, I like this view like this. ArchiCAD save it for me as a new, not this new here, this other one, new, and call it working drawing. Alright, so no matter how much I mess up with the layer later on, and there are some presets that ArchiCAD comes with by default in rendering, for example, these are what you have. Inside the rendering, you see that a lot of these 2D items here are not visible, a lot of markers are not visible, MEP items are not visible, and then I made it myself, grid is also not visible. So the thing is, rather than go and start on and offing layers again, I could click on this and switch to working drawing, and everything just comes out the way I had preset it for working drawing. I can make a new preset, and this one I'll call it advanced working drawing. For example, advanced working drawing. Now for this advanced working drawing, I want the sections to show. Okay, they are already visible. That means I don't have any section there at the moment. The elevations, okay, I want the elevation markers to show as well. Then I want the furniture to show, and then I have something like this that looks way busier. One could say that it switched automatically to drafting. When I come back here, I need to actually, when I put this, tell ArchiCAD to update and tell advanced working drawing that now you are allowed to show this. The same thing applies here. You can see it saying that it's not supposed to show here, so I update again, and just like that, step by step till I get everything I need. So now that I have this, I can move to advanced working drawing where we are saying furniture. I could switch it to normal working drawing, the furniture and the elevation markers go. I can switch it to drafting where everything comes back. I could switch it to rendering where we have something that looks really. I just hope you got the point. Let me move on to the next one.